Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and this is the best of the live shows. Houston, you're on the
Hi
air.
there.
Hey, Houston, do you have video or are you just audio only?
I do this time.
You do this time.
Let's
okay.
see. All right. Yes, I have been on the
Awesome.
show before. The other Houston wasn't me, but I've
Yeah.
been there. So
I saw that. I was looking at the comments and I saw somebody say, "Oh, yay, that's me." Oh, no, that's not me. I thought maybe that was you. So, anyway, Houston, tell us a little bit about yourself.
17, gamer, really interested cars and computers, really. And my question to you is about the gaming community, and I'm sure I'll get so much hate for this because this is a more of an elementary game, but RuneScape. Recently, they implemented a really controversial update about the combat system, which changed everything about the game. Mm-hmm. Now, the community didn't react well to this, and they never will because it's changed, but this time it was a bit more extreme than it ever has been. So I was wondering, do you believe that if a developer continuously updates the game with updates that anger or unrest the community, that the unrest and anger in the community does more damage than the update would benefit the game?
Well, I can tell you that dollars will speak, and I know that I know that Jagex does not listen to their community. We hear that time and time again, but I do know that they have investors and stuff, and they're in it to make money, and that's been the downfall of what I think is the root of all this strife with the game. But at that same time, that the dollars, their pocketbook, will speak to them very loudly. And so if this update is so horrible that people are leaving the game and not spending money anymore, they will directly see that in their stats. And I can tell you that I'm a fan of stats, and I keep stats on all kinds of stuff, whether it's my YouTube channel or whether it's my business or whatever. Like the current stat on my YouTube channel is I just hit, in the last 30 days, an incredible 1.5 million minutes viewed.
Wow, nice. I have like 400 minutes viewed. So
yeah, it's really incredible, that number. And as long as that's going up, then I know that I'm doing a good job, that people are watching more and more. But if that starts to take a dive, then I know something is wrong. And so, I published a video this morning, or was it? No, it was yesterday, that was about War Z and about this guy I had on a previous live show where he said that he thought that Daisy actually stole content from War Z, and the argument's always been the other way around. And I went ahead and posted it and kind of asked it as a question, whether or not people agree with this or think the same thing. And what happened is that I got, I think it's at over 100 thumbs down in 24
I noticed
hours.
on that video, actually.
Yeah. And so, now, does that mean that the video doesn't have good content?
I don't think so. No.
Or whatnot? People are obviously watching it, and so it's getting view time. And if they really didn't like the subject, they would just go away if it was to where it had no value. But being that it's just a different opinion than what they have, or they feel like the kid was full of shit, with his opinion, which I kind of felt that maybe he was just trying to play the antagonist.
Right.
And so I look at that and I say, okay, thumbs down. I pay attention to that. That's a stat. But overall, people hate Howard Stern. He's such a self-gloating asshole. And I watched him on America's Got Talent, and I thought he was the worst judge you could ever add to that show, because he made the show all about him. It was his stage. That show's been going on for several years, and it's his first time on the show, and all of a sudden it was his show. And, so when you get something that's so hated, but people still watch because they're watching a train wreck,
Right. It's
And
still views. It just has an opinion side to it.
and it's that's still an upstat. It's still, if more people watched the show because he's on there and they hate him so much, it's still an upstat. But if they hate him so much that they quit watching, then it goes down. And so they make their decisions, and they should be watching the stats, and there's a couple of things that they should be able to see in that. And one is of course the dollars. The investors are going to look primarily at dollars. That's going to be the number one stat that they look at. The number two stat is probably going to be the amount of time played per person. And so if that is falling, that's an indication that money is going to fall soon afterwards.
Right.
And but if people are playing even longer, but they're making less money, then it becomes kind of a conundrum, and they have to check into that further. But yeah, I think that, I know that all of you have so much invested with your game accounts and everything. What happens do you spend any money in the game?
Membership, but no, I don't participate in microtransactions.
Okay, and so your membership, what would happen to your account if you let your membership lapse for a month?
Let's see. Other than not gaining bonuses for having a continuous membership, which that's another story. But you don't lose too much, other than the fact that you're limited to one area for the month that you're not subscribed.
Mm-hmm. And so, would it be hard for people to speak with their dollars, to give up that membership for a month to prove a point to Jagex?
I would believe so. They don't lose any in-game items or any progress or anything like that. So just lapsing for a few months, they could do it. However, they'll come back, I believe.
The problem is that your friends play the game,
Right?
And it's a real community, isn't it?
It definitely is. It's changed over the course of the years because I've been playing for a long time. But they say this update was for the longevity of the game. However, most of the community is veteran players. The game is built around high levels by this point. And I think with this new update, they're kind of pushing the older community away to bring a new, younger community into the game, which has created a lot of controversy.
That's what, Mists of Pandaria, or whatever, for World of Warcraft. Everybody was like, oh my god, Care Bear's coming into the game. It's to get new people. But, what would be your suggestion on, if they're trying to get new players, and do you think it's because they're trying to get new players into the game, that's what?
I think that's what their investors want. Honestly, I can definitely tell that they were pushed or influenced to update it so early. I've been playing it since the beta, where they gave you a trial to, so they can work out the bugs, and they've had that going for 3 or 4 months. Now they surprised us about 2 weeks ago and said, hey, it's going to be in the live game before Christmas. Here we go. 2 weeks from now, it's the live game. There are a lot of game-breaking bugs in the game. Some things that if they don't fix quick, it's going to be a serious problem. And it's evident that there are so many unbalanced things in there that they had to be rushed to put it out so quickly.
So they're not quality conscious.
No, I think they pushed it out there to get new subscribers before Christmas. I honestly think that's what happened.
And so you think that having these features in may help attract new players?
Well, it's a browser-based game, which is outdated, I would believe, by today's standard. Everything is, a downloadable client, or you can go to this Walmart or something and pick up the disc. So what they've done is revamp the whole combat, so it's more like those disc-based games. It's more like World of Warcraft with an action bar and a cooldown and abilities like that. And I think they see the success of those bigger companies, and they're trying to catch on to a bit of that.
Yeah, so they're chasing the money, maybe.
Yes, I believe so.
And so, yeah, I guess I'm not sure what to suggest on this. That I think that since there is an issue of Jagex not listening to anybody. That the only thing that you can do is to actually speak with dollars.
Right.
But I think that that's going to be a hard thing to do with how many people are so tight knit in the community of the game.
Right. See, I believe you spoke in another video a while ago, maybe a year ago or so, where you said when a game company develops a game and catches a close-knit type of player, to stick with that strong community and not vary and try to grab other people, because if you just keep your updates focused toward that center of player, you will keep that player base forever. Now, RuneScape was very unique in this way 5 or 6 years ago, where it was a browser-based game you played while you were on Facebook or doing homework or listening to music. It wasn't so focus-intensive, but it could be if you wanted it to be. And that was a very unique player base, because you could play your other games and play this game at the same time and still be making progress. And after an hour of watching a movie, you could check back up on the game and be like, "Oh, well, look at this! Look at this! I've made progress. This is interesting." Now the game has turned into a grind. I mean, it's a focus 100% of the time, and that's fine if that's what your player base is. But RuneScape player base really never was that, and with this update, they've trashed the old player base in search of a new one, I believe.
Yeah. So that's unfortunate. It's the way it works. I can tell you that. In fact, let me grab something off of my shelf up here, because this has happened before. This is history repeating itself. Hold on.
Oh. I was worried you were reaching for Guild Wars for a minute. That's one of my other favorite MMOs.
This is Ultima Ascension. It's Ultima 9. And, in fact, I wonder what's in the box here. Ooh, look at that. Oh, how cool is that? I didn't even know this was in the box. Holy cow. Look at this. Leather-bound book.
Wow.
Codex. A second leather-bound book. Wow. These are really spiffy. Oh, look at this. Shit, I haven't opened this up in years. Look at these tarot cards.
Wow. Ultima 9 unboxing on live stream.
Yeah. And let's see here. Okay, there's more stuff in here. This was the big collector's edition, and this is what I'm noticing. I should frame this and put that up. I mean, that's beautiful. Wow, I even have my original receipt in here. I paid $50 for this. So, okay, this game, beautiful game. Loved playing it. It was a advancement in so many ways. They were pushed to release it early, to release it before it was completely done. And what happened was, and this is big business, and what happened is that there was a bug in the game that they made a patch for later. And this patch, though, the bug in the game was that there was a certain character that you needed to finish a quest from them, and it was about halfway through the game. In order to complete the game, you had to do this quest from this person. They gave you an item or something like that. And the problem was, nobody could complete the quest.
Ooh.
And it was a bug in the game. And so what they did is that this bug in the game was apparently at the core of the game. And so to fix it,
Lot of programming.
well, to fix it required that your save games no longer worked.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so it wasn't like you could just patch it and then continue playing on. It was the fact that you had to start the game over again.
Wow.
And you'd already played half of it, and this is a single-player game. And that is kind of an example of rushing something out to the detriment of customers. So it happens time and time again, and the EA people would tell you that corporate demanded that it be done by a certain date, and when they get near crunch time, all of the staff is working 12, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. Programmers and stuff. It's like in the last month you don't see your family. And
Yikes, yeah.
and in fact, there was even stuff that made the news and everything about EA widows.
Oh gosh.
And that's what they called them, because they were the spouse and family and stuff of different people who worked there that were no longer able to not seeing their family.
Right.
So anyway. I know that's probably much more than you intended on for
No,
this.
it's great. It's great. I feel like your opinion is super valuable on a range of things.
Yes, well, thank you for your call, Houston, and good luck with Jagex. I think you're going to have to coordinate with people to get dollars to speak,
Yeah.
and that there's just no other way to do it. Not unless somebody knows an investor and can go talk to them.
Right.
So show them the light.
Well, thank you for your time, Marcus.
Okay, take care. Okay, so that's cool. A lot of RuneScape, this whole patch and everything that they've done with this new combat system has a lot of people up in arms, and I hadn't heard about it before this show, but obviously a lot of people are speaking about it, and it's a issue.
If you made it this far in the video, you may as well subscribe. That's what I want you to do. You obviously liked it well enough to watch it this far. So look at this. This is Frostmourne. This is a Runes of Magic sword. This Runes of Magic sword is one that we're giving away as second prize to one of you subscribers, just for being subscribed. That's all you have to do. Subscribe and accept our messages, or watch our videos where we draw for prizes. So this one is it's a really nice sword. It's signed by some of the American staff for Runes of Magic. And then there's the big boy here. I got it on my shoulder because it's so darn heavy. This sucker is 16 pounds. Look at this. So it's a two-handed sword here, man. This is a beautiful sword. And we're giving this away when we hit 42,500 subscribers. It could be you. So, just subscribe. That's all you have to do. We'll do videos selecting the winners, and we'll send you a message in YouTube as long as you accept it. Just make sure you accept messages from us. To do that, put us on your contact list. And you just add Marky Dragon to your contact list, and then you'll be able to get messages from us, and you'll have 30 days to get back to us when we send you a message. Or if we can't message you, you'll just be on video, and you just gotta watch the video and then contact us. So anyway, if you made it this far, you really should subscribe, and I would appreciate it. So